I'm sure some of you remember the Warble-Drone. I used to have a lot of trouble getting this thing to fly straight. And so I've taken a few remedial steps. See the spirit level? It says it's sitting still. If you look out there on that wingtip, there's a 5-cent piece. And that 5-cent piece out on the wingtip offsets the weight of the camera down there under the wing. So I'm hoping, considering that I'm down to my last 4 propellers, all of which are composite rebuilds featuring epoxy resin, 5-minute araldite, and as you can see there, kite string across the hub to take the centrifugal loads. I think it's going to be worthwhile flying this again. So therefore, after a 2-year lapse, I'm not only charging up the Falcon Batteries number 1 and 2, I've replaced all the batteries in the transmitter, because the old ones had done an 1.5 hour flight time, which are surprisingly still capable of taking a charge. This one's 13 years old, and battery number 1, which is in there under the canopy, in the nose, to get the centre of gravity correct for this test. Battery number 1 is 14 years old, as near as I can make it out, because we didn't actually start keeping a logbook on it until several years into the exercise. So I'm claiming this to be possibly one of the oldest, simplest and most primitive aerial camera platforms that are still functional. Certainly mass-produced, cheap Chinese 2-channel asymmetric thrust controlled electric motor glider type. But anyway, here's a really juicy bit. Took him about 6 months to get them, and then about another 1.5 years to finally get around to hot gluing the cells together before soldering the circuits up, and then getting the shrink wrap to wrap them up in, so that the hotter they get, the tighter they get wrapped. My son manufactured for me a pair of brand new Falcon batteries. Woohoo! So, I guess you may consider this to be something of a teaser. The Warble-Drone is about to make a comeback. All things being equal, if the weather gods will put up with it. And because of that little 5-cent weight, I am hoping that this thing will respond to controls and commands a whole lot better than it did 2 years ago. I mean, it's fairly normal for it to climb in a turn, especially with a big weight like that hanging off to one side, making a lot of aerodynamic yaw type drag. But yeah, you should be able to set it up to get it to glide more or less straight. At least that's the big hope. Warbles on a lot to YouTube. Isn't technology marvellous? Ciao.